Alrighty, welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII Scavenger mod Death Challenge walkthrough, Let's Play, whatever you want to call it. Thank you so much for being here. I have to, before we start, I have to give some shout-outs. This week has been quite the amazing week. We released the mod last Friday, a week from today, a week before today, and on Friday we played it. I found the 2 bugs that we saw in the previous episodes. By Saturday, they had already been fixed and uploaded. So by the time, you know, we got around to the YouTube episodes coming out, they were already fixed. The first YouTube episode came out on Monday. A bunch of people downloaded the mod and played it. And all week long, I got really awesome feedback. Like, just a bunch of people saying they love the mod. A bunch of people telling me little bug fixes or little improvements. And I just been working on it like all week. Suna's been working on it all week. And now we're up to, I think, patch 1.04. And it's been an amazing experience. It's like, I don't think I'll ever be a game developer. I don't plan on being a game developer. But I kind of got the game development experience this past week, where I'm, you know, constantly getting feedback and changing the mod and going back and forth and figuring out what people need and stuff. And it was a really cool experience, you know? It was just really awesome to hear people saying, like, oh, I'm at this point and I'm having a lot of fun, and oh, I got to this point, but I had this little issue, and just working with the community and everything, it's been really awesome. So thanks to everyone who has commented about it, talked about it, let me know about bugs they found. The people on YouTube that just commented about it saying it looked good. Everyone that was there for the first week, the video has like 15k views already. Everyone's checking out the mod. It means a lot. It really does. So thank you very much. It's been an awesome experience, and I've really enjoyed it. We are at the point now where the mod is super. I don't know what to say about it. It's like, there shouldn't be any big issues left. Certainly we'll run into stuff because it's me, but for the most part, if you download 1.04, you should be able to get through the game totally fine. Stable, yeah, probably a good word for it, but knowing me, if I say the word stable, it'll crash in 10 seconds. But yeah, no, it's everyone's getting through it great. Several people have told me they've gotten up to certain points and had no problems. I'm obviously going through the game a lot slower because I'm doing the YouTube series. But some people have made it really far and said everything's fine. We might make some more little changes here and there, but for the most part it should be good and stable. There is one big update that might be coming soon, and we can talk about that when it gets here, but there might be an update coming that makes the transitions a lot smoother. But that's just kind of a quality of life thing. It's not a problem, it's just a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. But yeah, I'm ready to play some more today. Last time I showed off that you can get bolt plumes from third soldiers, and like I said, that is not something we put in the mod. It just so happens that bolt plumes are on the third soldier's morph table, which is really silly. But yeah, and one other big change that I forgot to mention. I said something last week about wanting sense earlier. Now if you play, you get 3 steals, 3 morphs, 3 senses, and 3 enemy skills throughout the entire game. So when we get to the next section, you'll see I'll get sense. But I'm just going to leave this save the way it is, just to keep things consistent. But when you play through, you'll have sense in this part, so morphing these soldiers will be a lot easier, because you'll have access to sense. So we're gonna go back up here. I believe it was floor 67, right, where you fight the soldiers. So we're gonna get a couple more bolt plumes. This is gonna make the elevator bosses and motorball way easier. And then we're gonna try to get some potions and stuff as well, as if we can, for the Rufus fight, and then we'll be ready to go. And I think we already have all of our carbon bangles, but I'll steal one. But I think we got our last carbon bangles when we finished last time. How's it going, Solid? So, we do have some stuff to talk about today. A lot of people have been asking me what I think about the remake getting pushed back. And I didn't really know what to tell people because my reaction is quite mixed. I made the joke on the theory video because I think it's funny that, like, usually when a game gets pushed back, it gets pushed back like a couple months, right? Well, they only pushed it back a month. They pushed it from March to April, which sounds like a good deal. Like, sounds like, okay, they're only pushing it back a month, like, no big deal. But when you think about it, it sucks for anybody that called off work in March. Anybody that, like, set their vacation up for March and then, like, pushed everything back to April, they're screwed. Like, their April is going to be not only, you know, their normal work schedule, but probably more so because they took March off. So that's why I kind of made that joke in the theory video, like, wow, rip everyone that called off for March. Because now they're probably super screwed for April. So that's why I made that joke. In general, I like when game companies push back releases. Because it means they're actually working on their game and they're not just trying to release something for money. And I think for a very long time we've known that the Final Fantasy VII Remake was not a cash grab, you know, as much as we thought it was in the beginning. When it first got announced, we were afraid that it was going to be a cash grab. But the more we saw it, and the more that they showed it off, and the more that they talked to some of the higher-ups in the community, we realized that, like, no, they really are putting everything, like, their heart and soul into this game. So it doesn't feel like a cash grab anymore. So when they push it back a month, you know, it makes sense that they're trying to make it the best experience possible. So I'm pretty okay with that. But I do have two big issues with the game being pushed back. The first issue is that they pretty much said that the game was finished at one point. So it's a little frustrating that they push it back. Not to mention that we've been waiting years and years and years for the game. Like, see, this game being pushed back is kind of equivalent to, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 being pushed back. It's like the community is pretty frustrated with it. But I think more importantly than that, oh, and then they also said that they were working on the second game. So, like, how could you be working on the second game if the first game isn't even done yet? Think about 100 bits, Garfield. Like, how could you say you're working on the second game if the first game's not even done yet? What was my second point? I had a brain fart. I'll think of it in a second. Calling it now. Release in 7/7/20. I hope not. Think of it, host bearded. I gotta think of my point. I lost it. It'll come to me. Yo, Dr. Zombius, thank you so much for the 6 months. Enjoy your brand new Buster Sword badge. Appreciate it, my man. What was I gonna say? Game got pushed back a month. I lost my thought. Yeah, it's being, well, it got pushed back right when Cyberpunk was going to be out, but now they pushed back Cyberpunk too, so now it's actually an okay spot. My mouse is in the way. Yeah, I mean, there's no real way to know if it's a good or bad thing yet. A lot of people are frustrated about it, but, you know. Like I said, I like the idea of them pushing it back. Oh, I remember. I remembered. So, my other big problem with them pushing the game back, and this is a problem I have with the whole gaming, you know, everything about the gaming industry right now. I personally do not think that a company should be allowed to have pre-orders if they don't know that the game is going to come out. And I know that that's like impossible to really like perfectly know if your game's going to come out on time or not. But it's just incredibly frustrating for me when I see people buy the $350 first class version of the game. That comes with a promise that like you're getting the game on that date. So when the game doesn't come out on that date, I can't help but feel like those people got screwed and that they should be able to get their money back. It's not like it's not like it's a crowdfunded game. Crowdfunded games, you crowdfund a game knowing that there's a good chance it never comes out. Like when you crowdfund a game, you're basically throwing your money away. Like you're throwing your money with the promise that the game comes out, but you don't know for sure if it's going to come out, right? But with a pre-order of a game to a big company like Square, it should, you know, you're paying $350 for that game on that date. So not getting that game on that date feels like you're getting ripped off. I mean, truly, like I feel like those people should get their money back. And I don't know exactly if they did ask for their money back, if Square gave it back or not. I know some companies do, some companies don't. But there's such a big problem with pre-orders right now. It used to be that if you pre-ordered a game, it was 100%, you know, like, that's what you got. But nowadays, it's like totally okay to pre-order a game and have it just never show up, and we just kind of have to be okay with that. Like they can push it back years, and we're just sitting wait. I mean, I remember when Final Fantasy VII Remake first got announced, there was pre-orders on Amazon. Do you guys remember that? There was a pre-order, and the game didn't even have a cover yet. It was just like a picture of a PS4 cover with the Final Fantasy VII logo on it, and you could pre-order it for $60. That was like 3 years ago. So, like, how is that okay? Like, you know? Like I said, it's not like a crowdfund where you're kind of doing it with the understanding that the game might never come out. I mean, you're being promised that you're paying $60 for a game. It just seems crazy to me that that's, like, allowed. And that might be an exaggeration for the remake because it's only getting pushed back a month, but, you know, there's been plenty of cases in the past where people have pre-ordered games and it's taken years for them to finally release it, and their money is just kind of, you know, in the void. And then there's, of course, stuff like Fallout 76, where they pre-order it and they do get, you know, the game, but they don't get what they were promised, and apparently you're supposed to just be okay with that. Like, we were talking the other day on the stream about the whole Fallout 76 with the bags. For those of you that didn't hear, there was a big scandal over the Fallout 76 pre-order because in the pre-order image it showed a canvas bag, and they said like it was a canvas bag made of like real canvas material and stuff. And then when the pre-orders, when the games came out, the bag was like a nylon bag and not a canvas bag. And everyone got really upset, and they ended up sending out canvas bags and giving refunds and stuff. But we were talking about it, and we're like, that is the craziest thing. If you think about it, you're literally paying and not getting the product you paid for. Like, that's insane. I feel like the gaming industry is the only industry that can do that. You know? And I made the metaphor of, like, imagine if you ordered something off of Amazon or ordered something off of, like, Walmart.com. Like, you order, I don't know, a fridge from Walmart.com, right? And you pay, like, $500 and you order a fridge. And a week later, the fridge comes and it's just a different fridge. Like, it's made by a different manufacturer and it's just a different fridge. If this were the gaming industry, they would pretty much just be like, yeah, deal with it. We didn't have enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no other industry is like that. You would just call them up and be like, this is not the right fridge. But with the gaming industry, we have to just be like, well, I mean, they tried their best. You know? Like, I feel like the gaming industry is the only industry that gets away with stuff like this. Where you can just literally get something that wasn't even on the list. Like, not even what you were told you were getting. And we just have to kind of be okay with that. And maybe some people ask for refunds, but the vast majority of people just kind of, okay. You know? It's kind of weird. Like, I think that we've kind of enabled them to be this way. Because so many people buy pre-orders. And like I said, I'm not against pre-orders. Like, I think, you know, if you love a game and you love a game series and you love a company and you want to support them and you know you're going to play the game day one, yeah, get a pre-order. Like, it's great. And the experience of getting pre-orders is an amazing experience that I personally love. I love getting games day one and playing them day one. It's a great feeling, right? I don't do it much anymore. I've pre-ordered maybe 4 games in the past, like, 4 years. I don't do pre-orders much anymore, but I still enjoy the experience of pre-ordering. I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 3. I waited 7 years for that game or whatever, and it finally came out, and I got it day one, and I played it, and it was an amazing experience. But I think we've enabled companies to basically just throw together what they think a game is going to be and allow everyone to pre-order it and make their money before they ever have to ship anything. And that's kind of exactly what happened with No Man's Sky. I actually watched a documentary about No Man's Sky the other day, and it's really fascinating what happened with that game. It's really sad because basically they were screwed from the start. They didn't have a PR person, so the lead director had to be the PR person, and he basically just made promises because he thought that's what PR people did. Like, when they asked him, does it have this, and this, he was just kind of like, it should have that, hopefully, by the time we're done, and they basically took that as like, okay, it's going to have it. And so they kind of got screwed by PR. But that's the problem with pre-ordering, is like, we pre-order because they want to put that stuff in the game, but we don't know it's actually going to be there by the time it gets to us. And that's kind of the problem. And, like, the same thing with the remake. Like, we pre-ordered the $350 version of Final Fantasy VII, expecting it on March 3rd, expecting to get a refund on our investment on March 3rd. And now we don't get it on March 3rd. We get it on April 10th. So I feel like those people kind of are screwed. It's almost like you make an investment to a bank expecting the money back in March, and suddenly it's coming back in April. It's not exactly the same, but you know, when you use that metaphor, it's like, wow, that would suck if you just kind of had to wait a month for your investment to come through, just because that you have to and you don't have any control over it. So yeah, it's an interesting time in gaming. I don't know how long this is going to last before people just kind of get fed up and say, you know what, you know, pre-orders are a thing of the past. I want to see the game. So, I don't know. And I've kind of gotten to that point. Like I said, I've pre-ordered like 4 games in the past 4 years. I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 3 because I waited like 12 years for that game. I pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII Remake because it's Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's what I, you know, I think that makes sense. I pre-ordered Crash Team Racing because I knew I was going to play it, and it was only a $40 game. And I was excited to get it day one, especially because we had just done Crashathon. So I pre-ordered that, and I pre-ordered Doom Eternal. So those are like the 4 games that I've pre-ordered. I think that's it. I pre-ordered Ni no Kuni 2 as well, but that's because someone helped me pay for it. Tropdon donated the game to me for the stream, and I pre-ordered it so we'd get it day one. But that's like it, you know? So, and it's almost, I almost never pre-order for the pre-order bonuses either. I pre-order because I want it, because I want to experience the pre-order, you know? It's almost never because of the, like, the pre-order bonuses are never that great. Like, the deluxe edition stuff is usually, you know, good, but the actual pre-order stuff is usually like, eh. And like, I remember back in the day, the only games that really had pre-orders, or at least the ones that people really got excited for, were Call of Duty. Because those games you played with your friends, and it was all about like being a high rank and stuff. And so if you pre-ordered it and got it day one, you had a better chance to be a higher rank than your friends, and you could play with your friends on day one. It was more of like a peer pressure thing, where like all your friends were pre-ordering it, and they were all going to the midnight release, and so like you totally had to do it or else you'd be behind. So like, back then it was more of like an experience where you all went to the midnight release and you all like hung out and got the game and went and had a pizza party and played the game at midnight. Like, it was like an experience. Nowadays, most people pre-order the digital version, so you just kind of download it at home and play it. It's not, I don't know, it's not the same. Toroni, thank you so much for the $7.77. Appreciation for your love for the mod community and creating Sector 48 Final Fantasy VII Day hype. Thanks, my man. And Cayman, thank you so much for the 14 months, dude. You're a legend. Hey, speaking of Tropdon, how's it going, dude? Hey, thank you for the 200 bits, Coral. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's the other thing about, like, pre-ordering nowadays. Half the time, you can't even play it at midnight. You get it home, and there's, like, a day one 50 gigabyte patch, and you're like, well, I guess I'll play it tomorrow morning. Like, I honestly, if I bought, like, the new Call of Duty pre-ordered at midnight, I don't think we could throw, like, a midnight party playing it. It would take too long. We used to go to the midnight release, go home, and play it until like 5 in the morning, but it'd probably take till 3 in the morning to download. Then we'd just be like, let's go to bed. And play it tomorrow. Especially when you like throw a LAN party. So you have like all your friends come over, and you all bought the game, and you all stick them in your PS4s, and they all have to update off of your one Wi-Fi. And they're all going at, like, slug speed. Like, oh no. Alright, everyone cancel. And I'll just do mine. And then we'll just play split screen on mine until everyone else's is done. Except a lot of the new games don't even have split screen. So it's like, alright, you have to tell all your friends, cancel your download. I'm going to download mine, and then you guys can just watch me play. And they're like, no. I'm going home. This party sucks. I'm taking my pizza. Alright, how many do we have? 5? It's probably close to what we need. We could try it and see what happens. We can just keep this save in case we want more. Yeah, you're waiting for the downloads to finish, so you eat all the pizza, and then the pizza like puts you to sleep because you ate too much, and you're like, you know what? I'll just play tomorrow. Hey, good to have you here, Sean. Yeah, we could probably go. I mean, how many... We only have 3 potions. That's a little scary. I do have 2 extra carbon bangles, so I have enough to give it to... I have one to give to Barrett later. Cloud also has his limit ready, which is what I want for Rufus. Yeah, let's give it a shot. See what happens. Ow. Are you kidding me? This is not what we wanted. Now I gotta waste one of my limits. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna be a baby and just leave that fight. I don't want to waste both my limits just to get out of that fight. Baby strats. Yeah, I'd love to hear your story about how this section went. This is going to be one of the... I don't think this section is too bad, especially if you watch this Let's Play and see where bolt plumes are. But this is a little bit of a the first barrier to entry. This is the first time that you really have to scavenge, because if you don't, you're just going to be sitting in the elevator boss like, okay, I have no bolt, and I lose. So... Yo, Lord Leto, thank you so much for the 9 months. You got that brand new Double Buster Sword badge. Congrats, dude. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, this is the first time, this is the first real puzzle section where you really have to figure it out. You need to steal and morph from everybody until you realize where bolt plumes are. If you're not playing the death challenge, then you could potentially just buy a bunch of potions and probably be okay. But if you're doing the death challenge, you really do have to kind of explore this area. And you know, I think I've said it before, but I think this is what I love the most about this mod and this challenge idea, is that it actually makes you play Final Fantasy VII as if you're playing it for the first time. You actually have to explore and figure out what enemies drop and what enemies morph. It's like a fresh look at the game. You know, I had no idea that third soldiers dropped or morphed into bolt plumes, so it was a new experience. And not just, some mods are a new experience because they add stuff. Yeah, if you play New Threat, it's like a new experience because everything's different. But here, it's a new way to experience vanilla. I'm learning new stuff about vanilla that I never knew before by playing this mod. So, definitely one of my favorite things about it. And I didn't expect it to be that way when I first got the idea, but it just kind of fell in place. Everybody already knew about the plan. Would you recommend this to someone who hasn't done challenge runs? I think you'll get through it okay. If you don't do the death challenge, you can simply just grind each section out. You know, if you're having trouble in a section, you can just grind it out a bit, get a couple levels, buy some potions, you should be alright. So, I think you can do it. I wouldn't play this mod if you've never even beaten the game before. But, if you've beaten the game and you want an extra challenge, I think it's good. It's going to be hard, but I think you can get through it. Yeah, it's definitely fair to the point where you can just level through stuff if you know you can brute force through almost all of this mod. The only section you cannot brute force is the final section, and we'll talk about that when we get there because it's amazing. It's so much better than I ever would have thought it would be. But yeah, other than the final section, you can brute force almost everything. So. Why does Cloud look like he's standing on the bed? Alright, so if I remember correctly, I don't think any enemy in this section has anything we want, with the exception of maybe potions. But yeah, once Genova busts out, there's this, all the enemies change, and a lot of them are pretty crappy in terms of items for us. Is she back row? Did I miss a dad joke? I can't remember if I did or not. Because I did like 2 in a row. Let me see here. No, we're good. I did the 2 in the row and then there hasn't been any sense. Now we got one. Alrighty, so I think... I want to say these guys don't have anything to steal. Let's see. Maybe a poison item that doesn't do anything for us. Okay, antidote, yeah. That doesn't do nothing for us. These guys hurt, too. Also, I hate their attack. It's so annoying. It's like the worst sound effect in the game. Yeah, so these guys give Deadly Waste, which sounds like a good deal. But unfortunately, it's not, because we're fighting a bunch of robots that don't really get poisoned, I don't believe. I think we can still go rest, I believe. That guy's dead. Oh, no, we can't. Big rip. Now, I don't really prefer graphic mods. I love playing graphic mods to show them off. But whenever I do challenge runs, I like to play the game in its vanilla look. I still think this game looks good. I mean, yeah, we all have goat hands, but other than that... I never play Final Fantasy VII and go, ew. It doesn't have that same gritty look of, like, Final Fantasy VIII. That just didn't really age well. They made this game more cartoony looking, so it ages a lot better. These guys give tranks, which are actually really helpful, especially for the robot fight, the elevator fight. You're the best looking guy in here. Now, there is a 7th Heaven version of this mod that I'm going to upload to Sector 48 as soon as we kind of have the mod in a place that I'm happy with. Pizza shower. It's pizza time. And if you use the 7th Heaven version, you could just stack on a bunch of graphic mods and play Scavenger with graphic mods if you wanted to. But, we won't be doing that for this playthrough. As long as it's just a graphic mod, it shouldn't affect anything at all. It should work fine. A lot of people do graphic mods with like New Threat and stuff, and it never causes problems. Yeah, I personally really love this the Steam version. This Steam version is exactly what I wanted out of Final Fantasy VII. Like, a lot of people growing up, you know, when we were in like high school and stuff, they were like, "Oh man, they should remaster Final Fantasy VII. They should remake Final Fantasy VII." And I think that this Steam version was kind of a sleeper for a lot of people. The Steam version came out, the PS4 version came out, and then the remake was announced, and everyone was like, "Oh, the remake! This is what we've always wanted." And I was kind of like, "Isn't the Steam version what everyone always wanted? Like, it's literally a better-looking Final Fantasy VII." Like, the remake's awesome, and I'm glad they're doing it, but when I was growing up, everyone just wanted a better-looking Final Fantasy VII, and that's exactly what the Steam version is. So I personally really love this version. This is my favorite version of the game, by far. It has all the cool glitches. Some of the annoying bugs are fixed. But it still has all the funny glitches and visual bugs and W item glitch and all that stuff. The only things I don't like about this game, this version, are the stupid mouths and the double input glitch, which the double input glitch almost ruins the entire experience. It really sucks, and I wish they'd fix it, but I don't know if they can. I mean, no one in the mod community has been able to fix it, so I don't think it's fixable. But other than that, I really do love this version, and I, you know, obviously, I play the crap out of it and never really get bored of it. Except for awesome mouth breather. We don't really need to remove equipment, but we'll go ahead. Alright, so here's the big, nah, that stinks. That's alright, though. I think I'll give you a bronze bangle. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. About to see the power of the bolt plume. Why do I... Why do I have one bolt plume? Did I... I'm incredibly curious as to what happened to my bolt plumes. Did I load the wrong save? Somebody is watching this right now going like, bro, you loaded the wrong side. I had to have. There's no... Did I just not save? I must have not saved after I morphed, and I just didn't realize. I was talking about the remake and just didn't. Woo! Yeah, I that's never happened before. I just like, I don't know. All right, we'll go get some more. No problemo. I could have swore maybe I must have rested and just didn't. That's, you know what? That's what I did. 100%. I rested, and after I rested, I forgot I didn't save. That's definitely what happened. That makes total sense. All right. Woo! That, like, my brain just exploded for a second. I was like, what in the world could have possibly stole my bolt plumes? I thought for sure, I thought for sure some, like, rogue AI took over and stole my bolt plumes. I was having a panic attack for a second. It's alright, we're good. We'll get more. I thought the game was like playing me. I thought it came alive for a second. Seriously, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was 100% sure I saved. So I was like freaking out. I was like, what happened? Did we anger the beast? Did we talk a little too wrong about Square and the game got mad? I was waiting for it. I was waiting for like that error screen you get when you do the anti-my glitch, but instead it's like, you have angered the Square Enix gods. Prepare to die. And then the elevator boss like transforms into Ruby Weapon. The game freezes and it's like, make sure to pre-order the first edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Pre-order now, SquareEnix.com. Say goodbye to your Volt Plumes. I'll take those Bolt Plumes. I see you only pre-ordered the $100 version. Prepare to die. Yeah, the Bolt Plumes are extremely useful in this fight because the only other thing I can deal damage with is Barret and then Red 13's Limit, and that's it. Because we don't have Bolt. Yes, the weapons are possible. I defeated them on my beta playthrough. Spoilers. They are pretty tricky, though, because you can only use what's available on the world map. But fortunately, Knights of the Round is available on the world map, so that makes it a little easier. I think we did it without Knights of the Round, though, if I remember correctly. I think we might have used Knights of the Round on Ruby just because he takes forever otherwise, but Emerald, I'm pretty sure we did without Knights of the Round. We had a pretty fun setup for that. How's it going, Sign Guy? Alright, I don't want to get this much experience. I just want my Bolt Plumes. I don't want to get too over-leveled and make it easy. It sucks that these third soldiers are like kind of rare too. Alright. Oh, so I have to mention something, by the way. Last week when I installed the mod on episode 1, I showed off my desktop, which is like a complete disaster, by the way. And somebody pointed out I have this text file called passwords.txt. and I thought about it and I was like, wow, how stupid could I be to put passwords.txt on my desktop and show everyone that I just like have my passwords sitting on my computer. Well, it turns out it's actually NES passwords, like game passwords, and the only one in here is for Goonies 2 on NES. for the level that we stopped on. So this is not my top secret passwords. It's a password for a stupid NES game. But I saw somebody post that. I was like, oh man, that's hilarious. Oh, there we go. We're kind of low on health, though. I need Eris to take some damage. That's a good start. I think I can do one more attack with Cloud without killing him. Yeah, my desktop is a mess. I apologize. Oh, no, that's too much damage! Dang it. Well. This is a big rip. He's gonna cast Bolt too, and it's gonna be a problem around here. Yeah, I've had a bad habit of putting stuff on my desktop ever since I've owned computers. And what's funny is everything else on my computer is incredibly organized. I mean, I've showed you guys my my backup Final Fantasy VII saves folder. I literally have over 493 Final Fantasy VII saves. But, they're all organized, like, completely. I mean, if we go into, like, Chaos Challenge, I have all these completely organized into, like, folders of this was the first part, second part, third part. I mean, I am, like, way too organized with almost everything on my computer, but then my desktop is a complete mess. And I think the part of the reason is that I like to put stuff on my desktop that's urgent so that I actually get to it. Because if I throw it in a folder somewhere, I'll just forget it. So I put it on the desktop so that I see it and go like, oh yeah, I need to do that. So, yeah. I think that's the problem. You know what? I'm going to save over both of these files just so I don't forget that those are bad. Darth Silver, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, my man. Let's play them out. Thank you so much, man. So much support from Darth today. Can I get some extra foam fingers in the chat? I know you already dropped them. Drop me some more. This guy added a game to the platinum list, and now he's giving away gifted subs. He is on fire today. Thank you so much, man. Oh man, I love that ghost emote. That's like my favorite emote from that set. That ghost emote's great. Yeah, you can just read that little mod thing that Solid just dropped to explain the mod. This is a mod I've been working on for a long time. Almost a year, I think we worked on this mod. Me and Suna worked on it. A lot of awesome, talented people helped me create this. Darth, thank you so much for the gifted subs to Uzbek with the 5 months, Tasty Crayons with the 7 months, Enigma with the 2 months, Irakai with the 2 months, and Foramen with the brand new sub. Welcome to the crew. Alright, let's not screw this up this time. Ow, why? Alright, we're gonna do 2 attacks with Red 13 and 1 attack with Cloud and 1 attack with Eris, and that should put him in a pretty good range, hopefully. Ugh! You didn't. Unbelievable. How could you do this? How could you both attack Eris at the same time? Actually unbelievable. This guy should be within range, though. Unbelievable! I don't want to use any of my potions because I need them for the Rufus fight. And I'm not exactly sure if enemies in the next section drop potions. That should be... okay. This should kill him. I hope. We got 1, at least. I'm kind of hoping this doesn't kill him, but I think it's going to. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. Holy cow. Should have used Braver. That's a lot of damage. Alright, what are we up to? 2? 3? 2? At least 1 more. No, Braver does less damage. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I walked in and rested, and I was just thinking in my head that, like, that was a save, so I didn't save. Somebody on YouTube noticed that when it first happened and was, like, yelling at the screen, I guarantee it. Like, that's not the right save, you're gonna get wrecked. I'm pretty sure Braver doesn't do much. I mean, I could check my limit break video. I have all the damage numbers in the video. I thought it did slightly less, or maybe it does the same. Maybe not, though. Maybe Braver does more because cross-slash paralyzes. You might be right. I don't remember. You might be right. Yeah, see, I don't remember all the important stuff, like what limits do what damage. I remember the stuff like which button you have to press in the debug room to make the entire game freak out. You know, the important stuff. The, like, 20-step process to do the Yuffie side quest with Yuffie in your party. I remember that crap. Which button is it? 7. Oh, by the way, we had a dad joke, didn't we? Yeah, we did. The World Tongue Twister champion just got arrested. I hear they're going to give him a really tough sentence. Alright. I'll give it a dad out of 10. Not bad. Gets a pass. What the thing is, though, the jokes are getting passes a lot easier now because of the ones we've heard before. Like, if we didn't hear ones that were literally so bad that, like, I wanted to burn the book, then these ones wouldn't be getting passes. You had a dad joke at the top of the show that we missed? I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it. Thanks for explaining the word many to me. It means a lot. That one's not bad. Now we're reading them in order so that I actually get to all of them. We only have a few pages left. And then we're going to switch over to this other book. Funny joke book. The funniest joke book ever is what it's called. It's not that. I can tell you right now. It's not. Another one. Son, is this insecticide good for mosquitoes? Dad, not at all. It kills them. Yikes. Oh my god. We're gonna run out. We're gonna run out. Stop. Did you hear the joke about the elephant in the elevator? No? Me neither. I took the stairs. What? Did you hear the joke about the elephant in the elevator? No, me neither. I took the stairs. I don't understand that one. Why is taking the stairs mean that you can't hear the joke? I don't get it. I feel like what they meant to say was, did you hear the joke with the elephant in the elevator? That would have been more funny. Did you hear the joke with the elephant in the elevator? No, me neither. I took the stairs. Then that would be like, you know, we didn't hear it because we weren't in the elevator. But they said, did you hear the joke about the elephant in the elevator? You could be anywhere and hear a joke about an elephant in the elevator. I guess what they're saying is, did you hear the joke about the elephant in the elevator? See, I think it would have been funnier if it was, did you hear the joke with the elephant in the elevator? That would have been more funny to me. I get it now, but that's dumb. I used to work for a soft drink can crushing company. It was so depressing. Alright, I'll give you that one. When you have a bladder infection, you're in trouble. That's awful. Because that's not even a sentence. Well, I guess maybe it is. Alright, whatever. I don't like that one. If life gives you melons, you're probably dyslexic. I like that one. I've heard that one before, but that's one of my favorites. I like that one. You know what they say about paranoid people. Lame. How many more do I have? I lost count. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We read 4. My paper towels went missing, so I had to hire a bounty hunter. Alright, I like that one. It's not difficult to be an insomniac. I became one overnight. Alright. I don't think women should be allowed to have kids over 40. 40 kids is way too much by any standard. Alright. I like the bounty hunter one. That one was good. Yeah, those were top notch in comparison to what we got during the week. You think Sled Fang will kill? I hope not. Nice. No! Cloud's the only one that does damage. I love that Eris does 5 damage, or 3 damage. It's hilarious. No, the paranoid joke was stupid. That one was bad. Like, you're not even paranoid. It would have been funnier if it was like... If it was a joke on, like, OCD. That would have been funnier. Like, you know the thing with OCD people? Like, that would have been funnier. Paranoid, like, you're not paranoid about a stupid dad joke. You're right, my inner dad is trying to make the jokes better. I know the way dad jokes should be. Can someone please hit Eris? That'd be great. See ya, Sean. Hit Eris, please. Hit Eris. No, not with that. Unbelievable. I think I can get like 3 hits with Red 13 without killing this guy. At least. Oh, he crit! Freaking critical morph. Please hit Eris. Please hit Eris. Please. For the love of God. I'm begging you. You've hit everybody but Eris. Just hit her once. Just hit her one time. One time, buddy. You're such a jerk. Works. Alright. We'll try with this many Bolt Plumes, see what happens. Should be okay, I think. I'm not sure, though. If they're nice to us, we'll be alright. My boy, Attitudes and Platitudes, with the beautiful Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome to the crew. Enjoy the badge, the emotes. What else do you get? A brand new car. Come on down to the 4-8 is right.